Howdy do, y'all. This is John, and today we are talking about Predator, Killer of Killers, a new movie out on Hulu right now. And in Predator, Killer of Killers, it deals with three different stories of three different warriors from three different time periods that are eventually connected in a fourth and final story set on another planet. Everything from a Viking from the Dark Ages to a ninja from the early days of the Shogunate to an American pilot in World War II. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie, which isn't a whole heck of a lot, I will say this though, it is better than Prey, but I do like the idea of like an anthological Predator movie with a few different stories of a few different encounters throughout history between man and this alien life form. So on paper, no, this movie's not a bad idea at all. In terms of execution, it's kind of a different story. Now, when it comes to the characters, I do like a couple of them. There's this ninja guy, which I don't even know if they even named him. If they did, I did not catch the name. Then again, I probably would not be able to pronounce it. But he was cool. He had, probably the best of the three stories because, it revolves around a rivalry between him and his brother that also gets connected to Predator. Then there's this American, I think his name is Torres. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. He's a fighter pilot in the Second World War. And his whole story is just him trying to prove himself. It's not as good as the ninja one, but, he's not a bad character. He's actually quite good. But then you have the Viking one. And while I maintain my idea that I said in my Prey review, I want to see a Predator versus Viking movie, this isn't really what I had in mind. I was thinking like a bunch of berserkers just go off to fight, raid a village, and on their way home they get attacked by a predator who's picking them off one by one. And while there is a raid in this whole thing just isn't exactly what I had in mind. On top of that, the main character in the Viking one, I thought, this person was a dude. Nope. Turns out it's a lady. I'm not joking. She looks like a dude, acts like a dude, and she has what's supposed to be a father-son bonding story, but instead, they made her a girl. What was so special about her being a girl? Like, I'm not against, a female-led Predator movie. However, what about her story is very fitting for her to be a girl? On top of that, the movie falls victim to this common trend that I keep seeing where the Vikings had warrior women, which just were not true. The shield maidens you hear about in Viking myths, that's all they were. They were myths. The Vikings never let women be warriors at all. It's evidenced by their culture, which more or less revolved around the rape and slavery of women. So yeah, as much as I love How to Train Your Dragon, Astrid would never be a warrior in a real Viking society. And like I said, this Viking story in this movie, it should have been a father and son thing, not a mother and son. Now, in terms of the last good thing I can think about with this movie is, the combat's good. It's, violent, it's hard-hitting. It can get kind of brutal sometimes. It's not the best combat I've seen all year, but, it's not bad. It's quite entertaining sometimes. Now, in terms of problems with the movie, first of all, it completely forgets what the Predator is. The Predator is not some action figure. It's not some, Gladiator-esque action movie at all. The Predator is supposed to be a figure of horror. That first Predator movie, it was not a sci-fi action movie. It was a horror film. Bunch of dudes go to Latin America to rescue this person, and while they're trying to get back to safety, here comes this extraterrestrial that's hunting them and killing them one by one, and it's invisible so they can't see it. That is Predator. And this movie forgets that. It's more of an action film. Predator is a figure of horror. Predator is supposed to be what happens if us humans are the prey instead of the hunter, the predator. Hence why the movie is called Predator, and why the creature is called the Predator. Now, for this bit, I know I'm probably going to get some flack for this, saying this, but I don't care. I don't like the animation in this film. I genuinely don't. I don't think it looks good. They were clearly trying to mimic the animation vibe of something like one of the Spider-Verse movies, Across the Spider-Verse, or, Puss in Boots' Last Wish. I don't think they did anywhere near as good of a job, though. It just looks off, like they're missing some pieces to the animation. Now, when it comes to the entertainment aspect of it, I would argue that, yes, the ninja story is definitely the most entertaining bit of the whole thing. That's pretty much it. The World War II story, while it has some good elements to it, it's not that great. And as much as I want to see a Predator versus Viking movie, the Viking story was just not it at all. I would argue that, the ninja one may be, the most worthwhile story of the whole thing, but it's only like a small portion of the movie. And when it gets to the final story, the Gladiator arena story on a Predator world, at that point it just lost me, okay? I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, this is not Predator. Predator is nothing like this, and I never asked to know the entire ins and outs of the Predator way of life. All you need to know about these creatures is that they're hunters, and they hunt the most dangerous game, which, if you've read that story like I have, it's man. And so in conclusion, Predator, killer of killers, it may be better than Prey. And I'm not going to deny that. But really, the only worthwhile story of the movie is the ninja one. The Viking one, as sad as it was, not it, not what I wanted. The World War II one has its moments, and the lead character's not bad, but it wasn't that great. And by the end, this movie just lost me completely. The combat's not bad. The idea of an anthological Predator movie's not a bad idea. But the animation's, not the greatest. And at the end of the day, I wasn't entertained enough to truly enjoy this movie or really recommend it. I'm going to give Predator Killer of Killers a 4. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember to put it skewer.